Hey everyone, this is part 2 in this series of videos about purchasing and installing a DRO on my mini mill. I did think I'd be installing the Z-axis in this video because that should be the easiest one to install. But in the last video I mentioned an idea I had about making a plate for the side of the head here, and I got sidetracked with that and also the bracket that the screen mounts on. So what we'll do in this video is put it all together and then mount it on the mill. Okay, so let's put this all together and see what it looks like. Because I've added these extra washers here to take up this huge amount of space, that's how loose it is when you buy it, I need to use this pin just to help me get them on. I can go like that. Put the other washer on there. Give that a washer. And we push it through the back here. There we go. That's how that mounts. Now there's no friction in this, it's completely loose. I'm going to put a washer on this item. I'm going to push it through the back hole here. Now for this part, we're going to put it on this pin. Then we'll take the little brass gadget, put it on there, put the washer on as well. And now we can slot it all in here. We screw it tight. And we're done. That's how it looks. And that's how it operates. Alright, so let's just get this mounted back on the side of the mill so we can decide what we're going to do about some of the other bits. So I'll start by feeding the wires through here. Okay, there we go. Once you get one screw in, you're pretty much good to go. And then these two screws here go through to the light fitting, which I wouldn't mind replacing with something properly bright. Then we've got these ones up here where this bracket is. Now I wanted this bracket to be 5 or 6 millimeters off the column, and that's what gave me this idea to extend this plate up into this area. And if I ever wanted to tilt the head, then these are the two screws that I would pop out. And there we go. That's all mounted and very strong too. And we'll put all this on for a test fitting. Yep, very nice. Here's the point. There may be DRO cables. 4 DRO cables. So 4 cables would look like that. And these may be coming off the DRO, the rear of the unit. I thought I might zip tie them to the outside of this track. They need a certain amount of slop in them. We'll see, but that's the idea, is I'll probably go over the top. So I put this thing on here. And then mount the whole thing. Like so. Nice. So after I completed the main part of this video just then, I decided I'd make an extra little piece here. It was just a little bit clattery and loose in this area, in this hinge, and so I've made some acetal bushes there, and they take this as a much firmer fit, and the height is about right to take up the slack there. So I've just finished that now. I'll put it on. There we go, pushed in. So that's a lot nicer, much happier with that. It's much more firm. There's tiny bit of play now, and feels much better, so I'm happy with that. Now, do I need to put this on? Yeah, don't need to wire it up, but I do need to get the wires through. This is this way. And conveniently, I can use the original screws for these holes. There we go. Okay, now with everything back on the mill, I'm just going to go over the reasons I made it like this and the benefits. Now the whole point of having this plate on the side of the mill and only using the existing screw holes to fasten it was that I don't have to drill into the mill. This thing's still under warranty, and I probably can't take it back for a fix if I've got a whole lot of broken taps sticking out of holes. So I'm really happy with that. It's worked out really well. I've got plenty of space to mount stuff, and it's super solid. Now, it may be the case that I have to drill a hole somewhere else for one of the other axes, but at this point, I don't have to drill any holes over here. And the other benefit is that I don't have to plan in advance where I'm going to put all of the components. As a case in point, I've still got the magnetic scale for the quill, the reed head for that scale, and also some sort of quill stop that I've yet to come up with. They're all going to be mounted here, and I don't have to know where they're going to go, other than the fact that they're going to go there somewhere. And so this gives me all of that flexibility. Really happy with that. And of course, I was able to mount these things straight off. So this here is the chip guard holder that the mill comes with. It's a bit ugly. I nearly took it off, but I really want to still be able to use that. I do use this thing here, which is like a safety switch, and it's much easier to get at than the one at the back here. And so I'm happy that I still have access to all that functionality. So the other main part of this video is really this stay that I've added to this DRO bracket. A lot more thought went into that than you might think. But for now, I'm just going to go over the benefits of it and the features that it has. And so one of the features is this friction mechanism. So this bracket comes with the DRO, and you're meant to mount the head unit on it. It's got a bolt there, there's a hole in the top, and that's really it. Out of the box, it's really floppy, and it's even worse than that because it comes with this thing, just a screw, bit of threaded rod with a couple of nuts. If you used this to try and tighten this and give it some friction, it's just going to break. One of these tabs is going to break off. So my initial designs all revolved around making some kind of mechanism that would lock this in place. I had all kinds of ideas focused on this hinge. But when I thought about it, it became obvious that anything I do there would be very easy to break or damage just by pushing this, because the amount of leverage you have is huge. And so I realized I really needed something further out, some kind of a stay, some triangulation, right? And that's what I've got here. If the head unit is mounted there, it's not going to be on that spot. It'll probably be a bit further over. It's going to have a different mechanism for holding it, but for the sake of demonstrating, I'm just going to put that on there. If you watch people's videos, they're often grabbing the device and then using their thumb like that, or reaching behind it and holding it and using their thumb to operate it. If I have this, say, there, I can use these keys. This isn't locked on. I can use the buttons with my finger, right? And it holds. And the second part of that is that if this is all locked in place, that if I knock it or run into it with my shoulder or my head, like by bending over, that it wouldn't break. The other feature, and the reason that this knob is underneath and not on top, is that the screen is going to be there or there, somewhere in that area. And if I want to make changes to this, just tension it or loosen it, I'd have to be reaching over this, trying to find it to operate it. But with the knob underneath, it's very easy. Access is excellent from here. And the last bit, of course, will be how this is going to be mounted. And what I've decided is that instead of making that decision right now, I'm going to wait until I'm finished with this whole setup. I'm going to start using it with the display just in that hole at the end. And then I'll decide as I'm using it where I'd like it to be. Up there, down here, out, in. And once I've decided, then I'll deal with this. It's probably going to involve cutting off an inch or two, a couple of inches, and making up some other kind of bracket, not just the bolt going through the hole, but something that's easier to sort of lock into place. The second feature is around this tightening knob here. I just made it a small rod rather than a big knob or a key or something. And the reason behind that is that you tighten it finger tight. And the maximum amount of pressure you can apply with your fingers, that's what you need. So the mechanism allows it to be locked just enough to operate the keys, but not so tight that it breaks anything if you move it. So when I said earlier that a lot of thought went into this thing, that's what I meant. So if you like anything you saw in this video and you plan on liking the video, please do that now rather than waiting till the end because you might miss the opportunity. Really appreciate the likes. I need the likes. They're very important. So thank you for that. So in part 3 of this series, I'm going to stick around here on this plate. I've still got the magnetic scale for the quill. I've got the reed head for that, and I've got the quill stop, and I've got some sort of clamp here for this piece to make that all work. Quite a few things to do. And when I'm finished, I'm going to give this etch primer, and then I'm going to try and finish the plate off to look like this. Now this is off-white, and it's got this kind of a wrinkle, not wrinkle, it's like a stipple or a ripple finish. And I've been everywhere trying to get something like that. Can't get anything, but I have some ideas on how I might be able to reproduce that, so that should be fun. All right, so that pretty much wraps up part 2 of this series. Please give me a like, subscribe, share, comment, and stick around past the end of this, and I'll put in a whole lot of machining clips just like I've done in the last few videos. All right, otherwise we'll see you in part 3. So let's go right ahead and sort this out. How many other YouTubers pull their lathe out at the start of the videos? None, I say. None. Not that I've noticed anyway.